Hello students, myself Milan Patel, Assistant Professor at LJ Institute of Engineering and Technology. Today's topic is about doors and windows. Today we will see important consideration and technical terms related to doors and windows. So let's start. First we will see introduction to doors and windows. What is the meaning of door? What is the meaning of window? Let's see. Door may be defined as an openable barrier secured in an opening left in a wall for the purpose of providing access to the users of the structure. It basically consists of two parts, namely frame and a shutter. A door shutter is held in position by a door frame, which in turn is fixed in opening of the wall by some suitable means. Okay, so this is called as door. Now, second is window. A window may be defined as an opening made in a wall for the purpose of providing daylight, vision, and ventilation. It also, like door, consists of two parts, frame and shutter. The window frame is suitably fixed in the opening of the wall, and the window shutter is held in position by window frame. Okay, so next is important consideration for doors and windows. Before placing doors and windows in your houses or any building, we have to consider some factors like purpose of the doors and windows, size of doors and windows, where we can place doors and windows, what should be the material for doors and windows, and there are also some other requirements, right? We will discuss this all the consideration one by one. First is purpose. The main function of doors in a building is to serve as connecting link between the various internal parts. The number of doors in a room should be kept minimum due to the fact that more number of doors will cause obstruction and reduce the effective usable carpet area of the room. The windows are generally provided to give light and ventilation both to the interior parts of the building. When windows are provided for the purpose of light only, as in case of storage rooms, showrooms, etc., they may be fixed so that they cannot be opened. But when the windows are provided for light and ventilations, some of the portion of window must open. This can be achieved by providing suitable hinges at top, bottom, or sides. Second consideration for doors and windows is size. In general, a door should have such dimension as will allow the movement of the largest object likely to use the door. Okay? The minimum widths of interior doors, exterior doors, and doors in public buildings such as hospitals, library, colleges, etc. are 800 mm, 1 meter, and 1.2 meter respectively. Regarding height and width of door, the general rule followed in India is as follows. The height of the door should be is equal to width of the door plus 1 meter to 1.2 meter approximately. Okay? And width should be is around zero point 0.4 to zero point 0.6 of the height. Okay? The size of window depends on the dimension of the room, use of the room, location of the room, direction and speed of the wind, obstruction of light by neighboring buildings and trees, dry bulb temperature, relative humidity, climatic conditions of the region, etc. So these are the various factors which affects the size of window. Okay. Now let's see what is the general rule for deciding the size of window. First rule is the breadth of the window should be is equal to 1/8 of width of the room plus height of the room. This is the first criteria. Second criteria, for 30 meter cube inside contents of the room, there should be at least 1 meter square window opening. Okay, so based on volume, you can easily decide the size of window. Okay. Third, the total area of window opening should be at least 15% of the floor area of the room. Okay. Fourth, the total area of glass panels in the window openings should at least 10% of the floor area of the room. Okay, and the last criteria is for public buildings, the provision of window openings should be more than above requirements. Okay, so in public building, because the persons visiting these public buildings are comparatively more, uh, so the ventilation and the light requirement is also very high. So in that case, above criteria should be maximized. Okay, so this is the recommendation of BIS, Bureau of Indian Standard, for the doors. Okay, you can clearly see there are total 8 number of sizes as given. Okay, and that designation is also given like 8DS20. Here 8 is the width of the door and 20 is the height of the door. Okay, here 8 and 20 are in molds. Okay, here the sizes are in mm. So 8 multiplied by 100. So 800 mm is the width of the door. 20 into 100, 2000 mm is the height of the door. Okay. And based on the size of opening, okay, size of door frame is also decided. Like 790 by 1990 mm. Okay. So number one, number two, number three, number four, number five, all are designated as DS. D means door, S means single shutter. Okay, 6, 7, and 8 are DT, because here D is designated as door and T is for two shutters. Okay, so in this 6th, 7th, and 8th, two shutters in the door are provided in one frame. Okay, so 10DT21 means 10 molds of width and 21 molds of height, having two shutters of the door. Okay, so this is how the designation of doors can be done. Now let's see the BIS recommendation for Windows. Here the same criteria is also followed. W means window, S means single shutter window. W means window, T means two shutter window. Okay, and first digit is for width and second digits are for the heights. So 6WS12 means uh, window having single shutter has the width 6 multiplied by 100 mm and 12 multiplied by 100 mm. Okay, so these are the size of opening of the windows. This is how all recommendation is given by Bureau of Indian Standards. Okay, that's all about the size for doors and windows. The third consideration is location. The doors and windows are generally located by architect of the building. General rules may be observed while deciding the location of doors and windows are given below. Okay, the doors should preferably be located near the corner of the room at a distance of about 200 mm from the corner. Okay, this is the first criteria. Door should be at the corner, not at the center of the wall or the room. Okay. Second, the seal of a window opening should preferably be located at a height of 700 mm to 800 mm from inside of the floor level. Okay, so this is the seal criteria. Third, the factors such as distribution of light, control of ventilation, prevalent direction of wind, privacy, etc. should be considered in the location of windows. And the doors and windows should be located by keeping in view the interior decoration and functional requirements of the room. Okay, so this criteria, these rules should be followed while you are deciding the location of doors and windows. Okay. Fourth consideration is about material. The usual material for doors and windows are wood, glass, plywood, and metals. The wood is the most common material used for doors, windows, etc. And it can be molded in a variety of shapes and can thus present a decent appearance. Okay, that's why wood doors, wood windows are generally used in general buildings. Okay, the glass is used for panels to admit more light. Okay, and plywood can be used as a covering material on the wood. The metals such as aluminum and steel are now commonly used especially for windows. Okay, so these are the various materials you can say. At places where wood is likely to be attacked by vermins, the RCC frames may be provided for doors and windows. Okay. The traditional wooden door shutters have inevitable problems of warping, rotting, painting, and maintenance. They cannot therefore be considered suitable for bathrooms, toilets, kitchens, etc., where water content is continuous. Okay, the polyvinyl chloride or PVC is the wonder material from the plastic family, and it used as door shutter is becoming popular because it provides total protection against corrosion, moisture, termites, and chemicals. So nowadays, PVC doors, PVC windows are generally used where there is a chances of moisture, there is a chances of corrosion, termites, chemicals, etc. Okay. What are the advantage of using PVC doors and windows? Let's see. They are totally rust proof, root proof, termite proof, and waterproof. This is the first advantage. Second advantage, they are unaffected by coastal saline air, dry heat, sub-zero temperatures, or tropical rains. Third, they do not fade, corrode, flake, or warp, and consequently require no maintenance. All that is needed is an occasional cleaning with ordinary soap and water. Okay? They provide an alternative to the wood. They provide better thermal insulation and may be considered as ideal for air conditioned and heated rooms. They resist dust penetration through openings and hence prove ideal for operation theaters, computer rooms, food processing plants, electronics factories, pharmaceutical plants, etc. Okay, so these are the advantages of using PVC doors and windows. That's all about the material. Now, let's see what are the other requirements for doors and windows. The provision of doors and windows should also be made from various other considerations such as safety, entry of moisture, etc. The glazed shutter of an external door should be provided with steel grille of suitable design for safety or security purposes. Similarly, the openings of the all external windows, especially those on ground floor, should be covered up by steel bars or grille of appropriate patterns. The shutters of external windows should open outside so as to check the entry of rainwater inside the room. Okay. The weather shades or projection of suitable material should be provided to all external doors and windows to prevent the entry of rainwater inside the building. Okay. And the windows must also provide insulation against heat loss and in some cases against sound also. Some windows are also required to give facility for resisting a fire. Okay. So these are the all other requirements for doors and windows. Now, let's see the second topic in today's lecture, which is technical terms of doors and windows. Okay, let's see one by one. Here, a door and window figure is given, okay, with their components. First is frame. You can clearly see in these figures also. Frame consists of group of members which form support for door and window. Okay, second is style. You can clearly see style. This is the outside vertical member of the shutter of door and window. Third is head. The top or uppermost horizontal part of frame is known as head. Sill. The lowermost part or bottom horizontal part of window frame is known as sill. The door frames are usually not provided with the sills. Okay, because in window frame is connected with or supported by the sill. Okay, fifth is top rail. You can clearly see in door figure, this is the topmost horizontal member of the shutter. Okay, it is called as top rail. Sixth is lock rail. This is the middle horizontal member of the shutter where locking arrangement is provided. Okay, this is called as lock rail. Seventh is bottom rail. This is the lowermost horizontal member of the shutter. Okay. 8 is intermediate or cross rails. The additional horizontal rails fixed between top and bottom rails of a shutter are known as intermediate or you can say cross rails. A rail which is fixed between top and lock rail is also called as freeze rail. Okay, so it is further divided into number of types. So one type is freeze rail. Okay, ninth is panel. This is the area of shutter enclosed between the adjacent rails. This is the area of shutter enclosed between the adjacent rails. Okay. Next terms are like hold fast. You can clearly see in doors and windows both. This is generally in the form of mild steel flat bar of section 30 mm by 6 mm and of length 200 mm. They keep the frame in position. Okay. Next is horn. This is a horizontal projection of head or sail beyond the face of the frame. It facilitates the fixing of the frame on the wall opening and its length is about 100 mm to 150 mm. You can clearly see horn in window as well as indoors. Okay. 12th is shutter. The entire assembly of style, panels and rail is known as shutter. Okay. 13th is mullion. This is a vertical member which is employed to subdivide a window or door opening vertically is called as mullion. Okay. 14th is sash. This is a special type of frame made of light sections and designed to carry glass. A sash consists of two vertical stiles, a top rail and a bottom rail. A sash can be divided vertically or horizontally by providing bars. These bars are known as sash bars or glazing bars. Okay. Next is transom. This is a horizontal member which is employed to subdivide a window opening horizontally. Okay. So this is for horizontal opening. 16th is lower. This is a piece of timber which is fixed in an inclined position within the frame. Okay. And 17th is jamb, the vertical wall face of an opening which supports the frame of door and window is known as jamb. Okay. Next is reveal, the external jamb of a door or a window opening at right angles to the wall face is known as reveal. Next is repat, the depression or recess made inside the door frame to receive door shutter is known as repat. 20 is putty. This is a mixture of linseed oil and whiting chalk. It is used for fixing glass panels. Okay. And 21 is architrave. This is a strip of wood, usually molded or splayed, which is fixed around the sides and head of openings. Okay. It thus helps in giving a decent appearance to the joint of frame with masonry. It is used only when doors and windows are placed flush with patch of masonry. Okay? So these are the various technical terms of doors and windows. So that's all about today's lecture. Thank you for watching.